So, first, I will read from Vrindavana Champu from Govardhana. And this is from the section, the lifting of Govardhana. So all the Vrajavasis are around Krishna, who has lifted Govardhana on his left pinky, and they're all looking at him. So under Govardhana, when Krishna was lifting, so many things happened. And this is an excerpt that I will read from Vrindavana Champu, in which Govardhana Puri, he describes a few of past times happening at that time. So I will be reading. While holding Giriraj in one hand, Krishna, whose wonderful behavior illuminates the world, spoke convincingly to the cowed community. Margot, O mother, do not be in anxiety. Father, do not worry. O friends, do not doubt my ability. Giriraj will not fall from my hand. You directly saw how he personally accepted our worship. Is it then difficult for him to remain suspended in the sky? Although Giriraj appears to be a huge, immovable mountain, he is transcendently situated beyond the doubts and comprehension of this material world. Look how light he is. Even a child like me can easily pick him up. Oh, just see, Giriraj is completely independent and moving according to his own sweet will. In this matter, I'm but an instrument. Therefore, you should collect all your property and come under the mountain. There is no difference between the village of Vrindavan and this valley below Giriraj. Be happy and stay here peacefully. At the end of the Kalpa, everyone in creation gives up their gross bodies and lives within the abdomen of Narayan in their subtle bodies. Staying there, however, you could not enjoy as much fun as you can by living here within the belly of Giriraj. When I lifted the hill, huge chunks of earth fell off the bottom and formed a natural boundary wall around the perimeter of Giriraj. This wall will keep out torrential rains. Forget about your pleasure gardens and your attachment to your former residences. Let this place become the source of joyful pastimes for the cows, gopis, gopas, and gopis. So then, a little further, while holding up Govardhana Hill, Krishna was surrounded by all his loving associates. Taking advantage of the intimate setting, they gazed at Krishna with joyful faces, prayed for his victory, or affectionate smelled his head. Being saturated with the parental affection, Mother Rohini firmly embraced her son, who always gives immense pleasure to his parents. Both the submissive gopis and the contrary ones, like Radha, smiled blissfully while looking at Krishna, at Krishna with love-laden glances. The gopis always play with Krishna and enjoy love sports in the forest of Vrindavan. While gazing upon him, they looked like thirsty Shakora birds, continually drinking the ambrosial radiance of his moon-like face. With unblinking eyes, they took Krishna within their hearts and lovingly embraced embraced him. During the festival of lifting Govardhana hill, everyone tasted the greatest ecstasy. To lighten the heart of his beloved friend Krishna, Batu, so Batu is another name for Mother Gopal, the Brahma friend of Krishna. So Batu said, "O dearmost friend of the whole world, please listen to my words. By my Brahma Tejas, spiritual potency, I will fill you with happiness. When I'm here as your friend, why are you troubling yourself by lifting Giraj or lotus-eyed one? Just order me, and I will hold up this great mountain on the tip of my golden stick. You must be exhausted from holding the hill, so now relax and take some rest while I hold the hill." Rajeshwari Yasoda then addressed her son. "Oh, my darling child, you are always impudently, due to the force of your uncontrolled senses." So she's chastising Krishna, having uncontrolled senses, because she says, "Oh yes, we peacefully observed the Indrajahya, and then you abruptly stopped it. Disregarding the demigods never brings auspiciousness. How can one find a fortune if he shows enmity toward the demons or the demigods? In the presence of these two fears, how can we enjoy living here?" Although Krishna's body is inexhaustible and ever blissful, Yasoda thought that he had overworked himself, considering that she expressed her moldy affection by reaching up to lovingly touch his lotus hand that held the hill. While doing so, she said, "Oh, how can your hand, which is as pure and soft as fresh butter, bear the heavy weight of this mountain without any help or support? Oh, Giriraj, please be compassionate and give me a boon. If you are actually some worshipable god, then do something to become soft and lightweight so that Krishna will not feel any distress. Oh, honorable one, all my son's actions are in accordance with the instructions of Shastras and saintly persons." Batu said, "Mother, do not speak like this. How can you say that Krishna is in distress? Listen, what good has that angry Indra done for us? He brutally stacked us with his dense dark clouds and fierce lightning bolts. Now just appreciate the dazzling sweetness that Krishna has manifested in his pastime of lifting Govardhana. Had Indra not become angry, then we would not have the chance to relish this nectar to our eyes." Mother Yasoda replied to Batu, "Bold one, holding a heavy load over the head, can never be show of sweetness. Lifting the enormous weight of Giraj will cause one to become distressed and disabled. Just see the locks of curly hair on Krishna's forehead are wet from perspiration. His face is dried out and become pale, like a lotus wilted by the snow. His hands and feet have a ruddy color. How can a mother's heart, O Shiva, tolerate seeing such hardship?" Krishna said, "Mother, there cannot be anything more fun than this. Why are you worried about me? For nothing. Just see, the great mount of Govardhana is floating on his own in the open sky. I told you before that this body of mine is but an instrument of his will." Yasoda replied, "My dear son, this may be true, but how can you not be tired after standing here for so long and holding the mountain with your raised arms? Oh, intelligent one, I believe what you said. If Govardhana gives up the joyful association of your lotus hand and then flies around the sky, playing on his own." Batu said, "O Queen of Vrindavana, don't you know that this great mountain is sitting on the lotus hand of Krishna by the strength of my mantras and special powers? Therefore, my friend is not feeling any pain from holding Giraj. This is the natural, because everyone is favorably disposed toward the Lord of their hearts. Yasoda said, "Oh, impudent one, what kind of nonsense are you speaking? I'm burning in anxiety about my son. His tendency is to act independently without caring for any good instructions. And now you come here and you make jokes and laugh about it." Nanda Maharaj interjected. So Nanda Maharaj says, "Why are you scolding Batu? In this world, a person is expert in diplomacy, will use very affectionate words to encourage one in such a trying situation. So understanding the need of the time, Batu spoke appropriately. Besides that, our dear son very much appreciates the words of Batu." Meanwhile, the rest of the Vrajavasis stood around Giridhari, admiring the sweetness of his gorgeous transcendental form. Due to their affection for Krishna, the sinless Vrajavasis transgressed ordinary etiquette and talked loudly among themselves about his extraordinary beauty. So this is an excerpt of what happened under the hill.